Channel 2 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news coming to us from Chambers County, where federal authorities confirmed a cargo jet has crashed.
And the Chambers County Sheriff tells Channel 2 there were no survivors.
That plane went down just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. It was en route from Miami to Bush Intercontinental Airport.
We're told the crash happened earlier this afternoon at Trinity Bay near Anahuac. We have a team of reporters out covering every single angle of this investigation. We start tonight with Channel 2's Roseanne Aragon, who's live with the very latest on the investigation. Ro?
That's right. We just got an update from Chambers County Sheriff just a couple of minutes ago, and he tells me that the scene here is so devastating that he can't imagine there were any survivors. Take a look behind me. This is the media staging area about 1.5 miles from where the crash happened. Right now, the FBI and the NTSB are taking over the investigation and will be here all night. The goal, looking for the plane's black boxes. This is what we know. The Chambers County Sheriff's Office says deputies received 911 calls around 12:45 this afternoon with reports of a plane headed nose first into the water. Witnesses tell investigators they heard surging engines and the sound of thunder. The Federal Aviation Administration says that the sound was a Boeing 767 cargo jetliner crashing into Jack's Pocket, the northern area of Trinity Bay. We're told 3 people were inside the plane. No one survived. Investigators believe the plane was working for a subcontractor for a service like Amazon. The debris included bed sheets, women's clothing, fiberglass, and Amazon packaging. Right now, the U.S. Coast Guard and multiple dive teams, including HPD's, DPS, and deputies from Chamber and Harris counties are among multiple agencies responding, securing debris, and looking for evidence to figure out what happened.
The problem that we're going to have, that everybody's going to have in this recovery process, is that the water goes from about 5 feet deep to 0. And that 0 feet deep is nothing but mud marsh. It's best known for its duck hunting. And so it's not going to be an easy recovery.
Securing the area so that no one becomes injured, and then more importantly, preserving all of those pieces of the aircraft, which that's going to be evidence.
Now, the sheriff confirmed that they have found human remains. He also mentioned that his guess is that it was a mechanical issue that caused the crash. Again, that's just a guess. For now, Anahuac Park will be closed for weeks. Reporting live from Anahuac, Roseanne Aragon, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Roseanne, thank you so much for that update. Tonight, investigators have their sights centered on Trinity Bay. Video from the scene shows an expansive scene of floating debris in the water there. That is where we find Channel 2 Sally Mamdouh live tonight. She's out near the water in the middle of some of that debris. Sally, what have you found?
Jonathan, we're on an airport right now. If you look behind me here, just we're north of the Trinity Bay, you can see some of those rescue crews on site near where the wreck is at. That's where the wreck is happening right now. However, we're a little bit further away from them, and you can still see some of this debris. I want to show you first, though, that Coast Guard helicopter has been hovering over the water for quite some time right now. But if you take a look into the water, we were able to find some of that debris we found. If you take a closer look over there, that's a piece of that cargo plane that crashed, and it moved north of where we're at right now. And then over here to the left side, we were able to find a life vest that's just been floating. We also found a pair of boots and a couple of things. We also saw one airboat coming by and collecting a lot of the debris that drifted onto this side of the bay right now. But in the meantime, it's just been search efforts here. As you can see right behind us, we've seen a bunch of boats go by here a couple of times and just collecting all of the evidence they can find at the scene. But right now, we're not too far from where the wreck happened, so we're about to move a little closer so we can see what we can find here. But in the meantime, we were able to just stumble upon bits and pieces of this plane. Jonathan?
All right, thanks a lot for that update, Sally.
As we mentioned earlier, that cargo jet took off from Miami this morning, headed for Bush Airport when it crashed near Trinity Bay. This map documenting the exact flight path of the plane. Our Haley Hernandez continuing our team coverage with reaction from those close to the scene. Haley?
Yeah, that's right, Sion. I am at Fort Anahuac Park, where Sally is in the water just almost directly behind me. This is where rescuers are using this area to get in and out of the water. And this is about less than half a mile from Danny Elm's house. He's the man who I was just speaking to. He says that he opened his window earlier today trying to enjoy the weather a little bit. And he heard what he says was the moment the plane started to go down.
You could tell that it was a jet engine, but these engines were in distress. They were just like screaming, a sound that I've never heard. And you could tell they were close. And then it kind of eventually faded a little bit. And instinctively, I thought, well, this is an airplane. I mean, it's in trouble. You can tell.
Now, he says it did shake his house, but because of a front that was coming in with the weather earlier today, he says his neighbors assumed it was thunder. Now you're probably asking, how could he have been so sure that it was engines in distress? For that, I'll answer that question coming up tonight at 10. For now, I'm reporting live in Anahuac. I'm Haley Hernandez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Haley, thank you for that. Meanwhile, investigators are looking at key pieces of data that could hold clues into what may have caused that very crash. The following are excerpts from radio transmissions when air traffic controllers first discovered there was a problem.
Intercept 26 left, negative contact on that plane.
Thank you. All right, see if you can make ground contact. We're looking for a lost aircraft. It's 11 o'clock and 2 miles. It's a heavy Boeing 767.
Investigators will be using this along with flight data once it is finally recovered to aid in their investigation into what caused the crash. I want to bring in meteorologist Eric Brake now for some insight on the weather conditions at the time of that crash.
And Eric, we know that a front pushed through earlier today, so of course investigators will be taking a look at whether weather played a role.
Yeah, the timing is very interesting on this. You can see as we take a look at the wide picture, this is from midday today. We have a big low pressure area well to our north. The core of this area where severe weather happened is well to our north. Now there is a trailing cold front that came through midday today, and the interesting thing is the timing in all this. The flight path across the Gulf of Mexico toward Texas, the weather was perfect until the very end of the flight. Let's take a look at what's going on. We're going to put this into motion here. We start at 10 o'clock in the morning. The front is still west of Houston, but notice as we put this into motion, the front comes into eastern Harris County. We've got some decent downpours, no severe weather, and then the flight. This is right where the flight crashed, right as it's entering into Trinity Bay. We put this into motion 12:45. This is about the time of the accident or the crash. You can see the front is pretty much right on top of the plane itself. So there's certainly some turbulence, I'm sure, as the front was approaching the flight. And so there was definitely some bumpy weather that they had to get through. But the interesting thing is, yes, the front was coming into the flight path right as the time the crash happened, but there was no severe weather at the time of the crash. So turbulence, yes, it was likely, but was this a situation where weather was so bad that it was dangerous for a flight to kind of cross this area? Certainly investigators will answer this question, but at this point I would say certainly wasn't extreme weather for a flight to be flying through. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks. We'll continue to follow this story, of course, and have updates on air and online. We are following an Amber Alert tonight. Police in Waterbury, Connecticut believe the suspects they're looking for were last heard from in our area. Why don't you take a look at your screen now at the children believed to have been taken. They are Madison McGrath, Dylan McGrath, and Mariah Matthew. They're all under the age of 10. Investigators believe those kids were taken by Lester Joy and Crystal McGrath. They were reportedly driving a 2002 maroon Volvo with Connecticut plates 417YTY. Investigators believe they were last heard from in the Sealy area. If you know anything, call 911.
New at 6 o'clock, a suspect possibly involved in a deadly shooting on Thursday is now in police custody. The Houston SWAT team stormed an apartment complex in the 600 block of Maxey Road just before 11 o'clock this morning. Told they were executing a search warrant for a different incident. But police believe the man they took into custody is connected to the shooting that happened on Eastbrook Drive, where 2 people were killed. Police have not released his identity yet. That man was arrested without incident. Now to the latest on the historic summit at the Vatican. This is a final day of meetings at the Vatican to address the clergy abuse sex scandal.
As church leaders met, survivors of clergy abuse made their presence known during a rally and march to the Vatican. Channel 2 anchor Bill Baeza is in Rome covering the summit, and he has one survivor's story.
Sian and Jonathan, we met today with an American whose story is all too familiar. He was abused sexually by his parish priest for most of his childhood, and he came here to heal.
And we're here today to proclaim globally no more abuse.
As survivors from around the world gathered in one of Rome's famous piazzas, they were surrounded by news cameras recording their demand for zero tolerance. Survivors will accept nothing less than a papal declaration removing priests found guilty of abusing minors. Dan Sherwood traveled here from Cape Cod, Massachusetts to bring closure to a lifetime of suffering. As a child being raised by a single mother, he says his parish priest began grooming him at the age of 9, acting as a surrogate dad.
He told me that this is what a father does for a son.
The abuse continued from 4th grade through the beginning of high school. And although the abuse ended when the priest died in 1996, the pain continues to this very day.
It was emotional, physical, and spiritual abuse for years.
Several years ago, Sherwood filed a lawsuit against the church and received a financial settlement, part of the millions paid out to victims of clergy abuse to keep them silent. Sherwood joined with other survivors who are now getting attention after years of neglect.
The Survivors March is taking a route right down a major shopping district of Rome all the way to St. Peter's Square, where they hope to get the attention of the bishops who are meeting to address their concerns right now.
During the afternoon press briefing, the bishops acknowledged the marchers and their demands.
Listening to the narrative of victims is essential as a motivation for getting it right.
When the summit ends tomorrow, Cardinal DiNardo has agreed to talk with us one-on-one to discuss how church leaders plan to address this crisis and to talk about how he plans to reassure the 1.7 million Catholics he leads in Houston when he returns home next week. At the Vatican, Bill Baessa, KPRC Channel 2. Jonathan and Sion, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We'll be right back.
This President's Day, there's big news at Nissan Now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. That means that people love their new Nissans. So we're thanking you with big savings on our lineup, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist.
Save up to $3,000 on the 2019 Rogue, or save up to $2,000 on the 2019 Sentra.
Get to Nissan now, before these offers are yesterday's news.
I love Habitat for Humanity because it not only gives the people a home, but it teaches them how to manage the home, how to pay for the home. Gallery Furniture is thrilled to be involved with Habitat and Channel 2 in this worthy effort. We're part of rebuilding Houston, getting great homes for people, letting people achieve the American dream, which is home ownership. Habitat for Humanity and Channel 2 make that dream come true, because truly there is no place like home.
The 6th annual KPRC Channel 2 Habitat Home, presented by Gallery Furniture.
George has heart failure and a busy day ahead. George has Entresto, a heart failure pill that helps keep people alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
That was great. Here's what I like about Texas. DQ's Chicken Strip Country Basket. Just $4.99 gets you 4 crispy chicken strips, golden fries, our famous Texas toast, and of course, country gravy. Perfect for dipping just about everything. Only $4.99 for a limited time. Or get your hands on a hot, steamy bowl of our savory chicken and dumplings. DQ, that's what I like about Texas.
I'm going to HCC to study geoscience after serving my country.
To sharpen my computer skills.
To update my certification.
To be an electrician. Houston's Community College is the fastest way to get the training you need to get to work. Register now. HCC. Smart decision.
And you know what that music means? We are just days away from one of the Bayou City's biggest events. We are talking about the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
That's right, and to unofficially kick things off, people put on their boots and saddled up their horses for the parade. Thousands of people lining the streets of downtown as animals and floats passed by. Leading this year's parade as Grand Marshal was Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. We have more coverage of the rodeo festivities, from the cook-off to the competition. Just go to click2houston.com/rodeo. We're back in a moment with weather.
I'm Larry.
I'm Gary.
We might be slow, but we're both faster than Houston traffic.
Katie, what's your drive like? Pasadena, has your commute gotten any better?
Houston's worst commutes, and what's being done to make you faster than us.
Why play anywhere else? Golden Nugget Lake Charles, a 2-hour drive from Houston.
The rule of 3 states, things that come in threes are inherently more appealing than those that don't. We couldn't agree more. SUVs, one GMC. Step up to GMC and pay no interest for 72 months on these select models in stock the longest. Plus, get up to $1,250 purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial.
My kids play here. Guess who else does?
Fire ants, weeds, and wheat-thin grass. But Scott's Turf Builder's Southern Triple Action single-step breakthrough changes everything. It prevents fire ants for up to 6 months, kills dollarweed and clover, and feeds so grass thrives, all guaranteed, only from Scott's. Triple Action, endless enjoyment.
This yard is open for play.
This is a Scott's yard.
Welcome to Freddy's.
My parents are cutting out all desserts, but a kid needs a treat. A dirt and worm sundae, please.
You got it, sir.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Whatever you need for your wardrobe, our trained stylists are here to help you find the perfect fit. Now at Men's Warehouse, select suits are $229, plus it's buy one, get one free on select items. It's time to like the way you look.
See, feel, climb. First out, last in. Look round corners, look in crannies. Go down dark alleys. Lose yourself. Catch a lift. Push boundaries. Go walkabout. Get set. Go after the goosebumps. Never stop discovering.
The Own the Adventure sales event is happening now. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Do you love the Astros? Are you a super fan? Channel 2 News Today is showing you the love by giving away 4 premium tickets to an Astros game to the home opening series. Simply show us why you love the Astros for your chance to win at click2houston.com/contests.
There were a lot of people out at the parade today, happy because the rain held off. For the most part, just sprinkles.
A lot of stuff going on this morning. We had the rodeo run, we had the parade, and we've got pictures of it all.
Hey,
so
of course.
Why don't we get started on showing some pictures from earlier this morning. The weather wasn't that great. It was kind of murky, but the run got going, and it looks like people were having fun, too. Here is Frank Billingsley down in Galveston. He was Grand Marshal of some golf cart parade. Not sure what the actual name of it was. And yes, here is the KPRC wagon at the rodeo parade. All right, Galveston is busy. It is Mardi Gras time, 67 degrees there on the island. Pretty comfortable out there. Nice looking evening. Heading into a Saturday evening, we could see much worse weather. This morning we had the bad weather. This evening we've got great weather, and the nice weather is going to continue as we head into your Sunday too. So 70 degrees right now, upper 60s in many places. Cool spot Cleveland, 61 degrees. But overall, it's going to be a pretty mild night tonight. Maybe a light sweater, a light jacket. That's about all you need. Big picture, the rain from earlier this morning has passed well off to our east. Some severe weather where you see these red boxes. These are tornado watch boxes and some snow in the upper Midwest. But for us, just nice dry weather, much less humid than it was earlier today. You can see as we take a look at our futurecast, temperatures down into the low 50s by overnight tonight. We head into the day Sunday, 8:39, 10 o'clock, and we're warming up nicely. We should see temperatures dip into the upper 40s briefly tonight, with high temperatures mid to upper 60s under full sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Here's a look at the big picture. High pressure is settling in for Sunday. It's going to be in control of our weather on Monday, too. So Monday, another quiet day, but we'll see more clouds on Monday compared to Sunday. And then, yes, heading into Tuesday, we've got another little disturbance coming in, and that will be our next chance for rain. So, yes, nice weather for Sunday, second half of the weekend, but it's going to be short-lived. Today, of course, the last day of the World's Championship Barbecue Contest at the rodeo. Here is a look at your Saturday evening forecast. Northwest breezes 5 to 15. Overall, a really nice night. Whether you're doing the barbecue thing or your own thing. Maybe you're down in Galveston. Should be a nice night for that. Of course, the next week and a half, very, very busy. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. That rain returns on Tuesday. Rodeo begins tomorrow.
Yes,
I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, Monday. We can't wait. That's the thing.
Exactly. So it should be dry for the start of the rodeo, but day 2 of the rodeo, we start to see rain chances work in. Not huge rain chances, but not betting people should take their umbrellas just to be safe.
Oh, and the ponchos. Pack it away. All right.
Thank you.
You bet.
Ladies, and now the look ahead to sports.
Yeah, 9th-ranked Cougars and a big one right now over at the Fertitta Center. We've also got not one, but 2 updates on James Harden. So I'll talk about that. But we'll also see who is state-bound. Here's a little sneak peek after today's regional final games. I've got highlights and reaction next in sports.
Presidential savings have been extended at Mattresses for Less. Closeout pricing on all name brand mattresses, including Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and Spring Air. Enjoy a free box spring and save $600 on an adjustable base. Plus, free sleep tracker.
Here's your Buick, sir. Actually, that's my Buick.
How are we gonna fit in your mom's Buick?
Easy.
I like that new Buick.
Me too.
I was actually talking about that Buick.
I knew that.
Did you?
Buick's fresh new lineup is full of surprises. Now pay no interest for 72 months on most 2019 Buick Encore models. Plus, get just over $1,000 down payment assistance when you finance through GM Financial. Or get $4,250 purchase allowance on most 2019 Encores.
When was the last time you did something for the first time? Discovered water that was 20 shades of blue. Where a butler served you cocktails on a beach. Ever dined in Paris one night and in India the next? Or the last time you felt like this? Sandals Resorts. With everything included, there's a first time for everything. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
You got ripped.
Thanks.
Off. You got ripped off. Whoever sold you those glasses charged you too much. Yeah, I'd be red-faced too. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95.
That's a good deal.
You'll save on contacts too. So, you gonna bench now?
You gonna move?
Dude, I'm like 5 pounds. Muscle through. It's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Never overpay, even with insurance. Get more with your vision insurance dollars at America's Best.
Teacher, musician, author, maybe even a future president. We never really know who we might be driving around, do we? So that's why we give our cars advanced safety features. It's why we give them enduring quality. It's why we give it everything. Get 0% APR or $2,000 customer cash on the purchase of a new 2019 Sportage at Kia's President's Day sales event. Head to your local Kia dealer today.
Presidential savings have been extended at Landmark Furniture. Closeout deals for every room. Living room, dining room, media room, bedroom, kids' rooms, and more. Plus, get a free sleep tracker and box springs with mattress purchase. LandmarkFurniture.com.
It is playoff time for high school hoops. On the girls' side, a few area teams were just a win away today from advancing to the state tournament in San Antonio. So let's check out those highlights. This is the 5A regional final over at the Campbell Center. It was Manville and Hightower. Mavs down by 9. That was Joy Chancellor hits the J there. Then Mackenzie Green with the offensive board and the putback to cut it down to 5. But Hightower, they kept their foot on the gas. Winnie Kawimi lays it in late in the 4th. Then Green from 3, it's good to make it a 2-point game. Things get interesting, but Hightower holds off the rally as they win it 47-39 and are now state bound. How about Westside and Summer Creek in the 6A regional final? We'll pick it up late in the final second. Summer Creek's Haley Jones for the tie misses, but then Malia Johnson there for the putback just before the buzzer. They went into overtime, and buckets like this from Kayla Pilson just kept Westside in it through not 1, not 2, but 3 overtimes. Third OT here. Summer Creek pulled away the steal. Then Johnson up to Tiana Smith. Summer Creek advances in this thriller 72-63. Adam Wexler has more with the very happy Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, Lainey, hard to imagine a game much tighter than this one. Went into triple overtime before the Bulldogs were able to get past Westside. 72-63 the final. As you see here, the nets have been cut down. They are on their way to state. They're fired up about it.
No words at all, none at all. Just excited, happy, tired, just really thrilled.
It's crazy. I don't want to cry on camera. It's crazy. I was like, dang, the game just keep restarting. Like, that's what it felt like.
I've been there before as a player. I've been there before as a coach. And to be there with this group as a first time, it's going to be special.
Talking with some of the players after this one, they said Coach Dixon told them when she got here she was going to help get them to state. Now that they've done it, hard to put into words for these Lady Bulldogs, but they know they've still got a little bit more work to do when they get to San Antonio. We're here at the Merrill Center. Adam Wexler, KPRC, Channel 2 Sports.
Very exciting. Thank you, X. James Harden fined $25,000 today following his comments about referee Scott Foster after Thursday's loss to the Lakers. But even bigger news just in. Harden, who is listed as questionable with the cervical strain, will not play tonight at Golden State. We'll have those highlights tonight at 10. But the 9th-ranked Cougars in action now at the Fertitta Center hosting South Florida. DeJon Jarreau getting it done on both ends. First, he gets the bucket and the foul to go up 10 early. Then how about this block? Great defense from Jarreau. And Armani Brooks, as you may know, is the best three-point shooter in the entire conference. And you can see why. Right now, the Cougs are up 41-26. Full highlights and reaction tonight at 10. Well, the 25th-ranked Lady Owls on the road today at North Texas. And Nicole Idamarco buries the three. And Rice was trailing by 4 at that point. Then Nancy Mulkey would get hot. She scores 18 of her 24 total points in the second half, leading the Owls to their 16th straight win now, 59-47, the final. But it was not as good of a day for the Owls baseball team. They were hosting UC Irvine today over at Reckling Park, and they were shut out by the Anteaters, 7-zip. They've got a chance tomorrow to avoid getting swept by the Anteaters. I wouldn't want to get swept by Anteaters.
I was going to say, if their name was an Anteater.
Yes, thanks, Lainey.
Back in a moment.
This President's Day, there's big news at Nissan Now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. That means that people love their new Nissans. So we're thanking you with big savings on our lineup, including Rogue with Pro Pilot Assist.
Save up to $3,000 on the 2019 Rogue, or save up to $2,000 on the 2019 Sentra.
Get to Nissan now, before these offers are yesterday's news.
When you're ordering your groceries, consider the source. Only Kroger can bring you all the fresh, delicious food and quality products you already know and love. So check out while you're chilling. Shop online today.
Why bother mastering something? Why hand-tune an audio system? Why include the most advanced active safety system in its class, Standard? Because when you want to create an entirely new feeling, the difference between excellence and mastery is all the difference in the world. Introducing the all-new Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery.
Lease the 2019 ES350 for $399 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
I work hard and I want my money to work hard too. So I use my Freedom Unlimited card. Even when I'm spending, I'm earning 1.5% cash back on everything I buy. Earning on my favorite soup. Got it. Earning on Daddy Clear. Don't touch it. Don't touch it yet. Let me get the big one. Nope. This one? Nope. This one? No. Let me get them all. I'm gonna get them all. Just the basics. Can you double bag this right here? Earn 1.5% cash back on everything you buy with Freedom Unlimited. Can you also tell me what it is? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Wait, Xfinity lets me choose from crazy fast internet speeds and pick the types of channels I want?
Yep, now you can get a package that's just right for you.
This is the best day of my life.
Oh, boy.
I mean, this is the 4th best day of my life.
Get more of what you want and less of what you don't.
Nailed it.
You think so?
Yeah. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for $34.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today.
I'm looking at that truck.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Everyone is excited about the all-new award-winning Chevy models.
They're all really cool cars.
Woo, I love it.
I like those lights.
Yeah. Look how beautiful this is. I can't stop staring at it.
See what the excitement's all about at your local Chevy dealer and take advantage of a great deal like this. Get 11% below MSRP on all 2019 Tahoe Premier Plus models, or 14% below MSRP when you finance with GM Financial. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
I want to update you now on the breaking story we're following. A deadly cargo jet crash in Chambers County. Here's the latest on what we know. That plane was on its way from Miami to Bush Intercontinental Airport when it crashed into the Trinity Bay near Anahuac. All 3 people on board are presumed dead. Witnesses reported hearing loud sounds from the plane before it plunged to the ground. The cause remains under investigation.
We wrap up this show with one final check of the weather. Not too terribly bad out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice night. Temperatures down into the 50s eventually. So sweater weather, light jacket to get you by, just to kind of take the chill off. 60s tomorrow and on Monday, and we are dry and nice and sunny to finish up the weekend.
We like it and we'll take it. All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. That does it for us.
Monday.
So excited